And we're live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. We're not on Twitter tonight for some strange reason. We're not on Twitter. Just saying, I am here with the amazing Zyra Lee and Wild Delilah. Welcome to the Love Doctor live stream. Here we are. There's Wild Delilah. There's Zyra Lee, the fantastic Zyra Lee Vanity on Instagram. Please, everybody. Well, I haven't even poured my drink yet. I got to pour my drink. But welcome everybody to the show. Just give you a moment to say hello, comment, tell us where you're watching from, what you're drinking. Christopher is saying Slanche. I haven't poured the drink yet, Christopher. Oh my, give me a moment here. Oh, there. Just pouring in a drink of a Montreal gin, Madison Park. Not sponsoring us at all yet, the bastards. All right, Miss Kinky Karma saying, my loves, welcome. Oh, I hope I'm included in that, Kinky. I hope I'm included in that. There we are. Oh, shite. All right. I have less mix than I thought I did, but here we go. We've got the fever tree. There, did it sound like I was diffusing a bomb? I'm not sure. A little bit of tonic water thrown into the glass. I'm having a good night. It's been a good day. Was it a good day for everybody watching?
Yeah.
All right, Delilah, was it a good day for you?
It was a very nice and relaxing day. I woke up at like 3 p.m.
Oh, so. That's a nice way to you're having a good weekend if you're getting up in the PMs. Zyra, how was your weekend so far? It's Slanche for you, Christopher.
Also a good day, very chill, very relaxed. So sort of getting over the mad rush that was this weekend of nonstop performances.
You had 3 nights of performances at the Wig Room.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I've seen some of the video from that's on your Instagram and other people's Instagram as well, because you were one to watch. It was quite the show. Christopher saying he hasn't poured one yet either. You better get on that, Christopher. I agree. I definitely agree. I've got mine. I've had my drink. Ruroshan is saying cheers from Scarborough, Ontario. Welcome, Ruroshan.
Ontario.
That's right, Zyra. Zyra is originally from Toronto as well, so they have moved in here. Winona is saying, love this trio. Thank you, Winona. We are off to a wonderful start. Now, we need your questions, of course, to keep going. We have some already. I just want to point out that if you want to ask your questions anonymously, you can go to slido.com or sli.do. And the event code is TLD74. That is the event code. And then you can ask your questions anonymously. Or you can just drop your questions into the chat. And we'll bring them up that way. So ask your questions anonymously at Slido TLD74. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
Should we ask what everybody is drinking? Well, Delilah sort of let something slip before the show.
Womp, womp, womp.
Drinking water. Water is healthy. Everybody should make sure that they're drinking, what is it, 8 glasses of water a day? Is that's healthy for you? Yes, Zyra. 8 glasses. 8. Look, I am 87 years old. I make sure I drink a lot of water. Alcohol is a preservative, but that's a lot of water. I'm not 83.
Red wine count as water?
It is after Jesus was done with it. That's the one way to do it. Sorry, just a little bit of religious education in there. But red wine is amazing in its own right with its antioxidant. Does it have antioxidants?
Something like that.
Sure.
Do not trust my medical knowledge on wine. But we are going to jump onto those questions right away. There we are. As a reminder, we start at the bottom and we work our way up. So the first question we have are boobs. The bigger, the better. Delilah, you are question mark. So is the bigger, the better? I guess is the way to read that. You have honestly, the first.
I am a lover of boobs. Big, small, medium size, perky, droopy, whatever you want. I love them all. So bigger, the better. If it floats your boat, sure. I'll take them if it doesn't.
Boom. There's Wild Delilah's answer. I'll take them if it doesn't. Was that it?
I am honestly big, small, droopy, perky. It doesn't matter. Like boobs are boobs.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think we're near a consensus. I'm just going to say the best boobs are the consenting boobs. Consent is most important. I've had partners of many different sizes, and I do have to say, sensitivity I think is more important than size. But at the same point, different things that different partners like. Just sort of making it a nice and amazing with that. So pay attention to how your partner reacts, and also make sure you have consent. You don't want to be a prick, you bastards. Just gonna say that there. So we just, what a way to start. We're just boob sizes. All right, I think I'm getting up there. I'm motorboatable at this point. I really should worry about the
Yes.
COVID weight.
You're using a word. Yay.
Well, motorboatable. That was, yes, that's true. Wild Delilah coined that phrase. How many episodes ago?
Oh, it must have been like 15, 20.
So
Oh,
there's
wow.
15 or 20 of your appearances ago, maybe. We're talking probably 30 to 40 episodes ago. Are we ready for the next question? And if anyone out there has any dissenting opinion that they want to share, or a positive opinion, please feel free to do though. We're going on to the next question is, why is it sexy when girls say daddy in bed, but I say mummy once and she red lights me? Not like she has kids. What did I do wrong? All right. I'm in the hot seat for that one. Daddy is not always sexy in bed. Maybe it's sexy for you to hear. That is in its own way. It depends on the person, and different people have different kinks, and that's okay. If you like to be called daddy, that's fine. If you want to find someone who you'd like to address as mommy, then do that too. Just maybe discuss it before you're in the heat of the moment, because you don't want to get like a red light end of the evening for that. And when we're saying red light, by the way, just I wanted to clarify, red light is the traffic light system when it comes to kink in bed. If green light, if you ask your partner, is this okay, and they give you the green light, then that's okay. If they give you the yellow light, that means go slow, I'm not sure I'm into this. Or if they say red light, that means I'm not into this. That sort of halts everything, but it doesn't halt it as quickly or as harshly as a safe word should. So Delilah, this means you are the next person answering that question about daddies and mummies.
Well, okay, so definitely what the law abductor said. So there are mommy kinks for sure. You just have to make sure that you're with somebody who's actually into it. And if you really enjoyed hearing the word daddy, then maybe that opens up opportunities for you to explore further and see what it's like to actually have, a daddy little kind of relationship. I remember my first time somebody asked me to call them daddy. I thought it was going to be weird. And then I did it and I was like, this is so much fun. Like, you don't know what you're into until you try things, right?
Oh, it reminds me, I've got a question to ask after this. Zyra, what is your take on this?
Just mirroring both of you and what you said. It's a conversation to be had beforehand, to be like, can I call you mommy? Can I call you daddy? Is there something you're okay with? These are, things that you don't just say, but something you talk about beforehand.
And in the lead up to as well. I think it's okay to mention it a little bit during foreplay, but
it's a conversation for before. Yeah.
Christopher Murtaugh is saying, I think sis is probably less sexy than mommy, which is also weird. Not to kink shame. Some people like it. Actually, the thing is, most things are weird. Most things are weird, and that's okay. But Christopher's mentioning calling someone sis in bed might be a little stranger or rarer than hearing mom. But if you look at so many porn channels these days, if you put step in there, it's apparently not as uncommon. Humans are weird, Christopher is saying. Definitely have to say he's commenting from both YouTube and Facebook.
I'm think one of them is Bashak.
Bashak has taken over.
I think so.
The chat on that. What was the thing I wanted to say? Didn't I mention there was something I wanted to?
Yeah, about like the first time that somebody asked me to call them daddy, and that's when I discovered that I was into it. It's discovering things if you try them.
Oh, finding out two things. Christopher Murtaugh saying, I don't know who that other guy is. All right. I don't think it's a guy. I think it's Bashak. So
Yeah,
we
for
do
sure.
know this is who out of the two of you, do either of you have older siblings?
Yes.
Nope.
All right, Delilah, were you ever tickled by your older sibling when you were younger?
I was the bully, actually.
So you were the tickler. Because this is the weird thing with older siblings. Like they'll start to tickle you, and then eventually you'll have to say stop or I'll pee, and then they don't stop, and that's how you find out what they're into.
That was not my experience. I was always the fighter, and I was stronger than her. So
There we go. All right. Did you ever tickle them?
Yep. I have 5 younger sisters. Tickled all of them.
All right.
she never peed
So
though.
did you ever stop when they said stop or I'll pee, or did you keep going? That's the big question. If you care not to answer that, Zyra, that's fine.
I kept going.
You kept going. There we go. We just found out what Zyra was into. Uh there we are. Welcome to the revelation period of the Love Doctor live stream, where we're revealing far more than anyone ever had expected we would. Ready for the next question, Zyra? You're in the hot seat, so you get this next question first. What attracted you to your partner, if you have one, and want to share?
Oh, well, I'm single, but I don't know. I guess what attracts it? Don't currently have a partner,
If you
but
want to just
things.
raise your microphone a little bit, when you dropped it low, it's not picking you up. There we are.
Can you hear me now? Test one,
Perfect.
test two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't have a partner, but things that I guess I'm attracted to are people who display dominance over me. I'm a very submissive person, so anybody who's more dominant than me, I'm like, ooh. Uh, good competence. A little bit of sleaze, a little like careless flirtation. It's kind of hot.
Boom. Just by the way, Christopher Martel saying, "Oh my, the gorgeous smiles from everybody when everybody was laughing." Uh, I care not to say whether or not I have a partner, but what I find most attractive tends to be intelligence, people that I can engage on multiple levels, and I love flirtiness. I love flirty banter, but I also like somebody that I can just hold silently close, and we just fit into each other. I think that. I mean, not like I'm
Fit
not
into
talking
each other.
penetration, but when you have somebody wrapped around, when you wrap your body around somebody, I think that is a beautiful thing. Delilah.
I love confidence. So somebody who really knows themselves and isn't afraid of doing that internal work. So like people who can deep dive into themselves and come out stronger. I'm like, oh yes, that's so powerful. And I'm not a submissive person by nature, but I do like to be dominated. So I need somebody who's more dominant than me, which is not easy to find because I'm very dominant. And there has to be like genuine care, right? Like somebody who can pick up on the little cues and stuff, and who's more willing to listen than to hear themselves talk.
Boom. Good answer. You know what? Actually, you just brought up an important thing. You just mentioned about picking up on the subtle cues, and this is a thing that happens in relationships, that I'm not sure that everyone can kind of agree or get their heads around. Is understanding when your partner is trying to tell you something without actually telling you something. Like there's an expectation of mind reading that seems to go on in some relationships. And even if you've known each other for years, it's not always simple. What is the take on for the two of you on those subjects? Like, Delilah, do you've said you like somebody to pick up on your subtle cues? Like, do you keep the cues subtle if they're not picking it up, or do you just get frustrated and mad?
It wouldn't be like the big things. The big things I would absolutely communicate about. I would be very open and explicit to anything that's really important. But like the little things, like if we have a conversation about pizza toppings, and then 3 weeks later we're ordering a pizza and they're like, oh, I remember you said you didn't like this or something, or like little things like that. Like they show that they're really genuinely interested.
And Zyra, what is your take?
For me, like, just clear communication is super important. So like, I'm not going to hint at things. If I have an issue, if there's something that I want or need, I'm going to say it clearly. I'm going to be direct about it, because at the end of the day, my partner, whoever I'm talking to, can't read my mind. And I don't want it to be up for interpretation, what I'm feeling or what I want. I want them to know exactly what I want and need. So for me, it's just like, it's all about being clear.
Boom. I think those are brilliant answers. The idea of clear communication, and communication is what drives a good relationship and keeps it healthy. Thank you both for answering that. Are we ready for the next question? Next question we have: does watching porn kill your libido? My boyfriend watches a lot, but we have sex like once every 2 weeks, and we live together. That is the question. Delilah.
I think those are two separate questions. So watching porn doesn't necessarily have to kill a libido. It could also be something that can ignite some passions if you watch it together, if you find movies that you think you'd both enjoy, and you make it kind of like a date night thing. Like you could always incorporate it. It's always fun to watch somebody doing something and be like, oh, we should try that. Like sometimes you just, don't know if you like something until you give it a shot. A lot of the times when people are living together, you're not going to end up having sex as much as when you first start a relationship and it's all fresh and new. If you wanted to try spicing it up a little bit, you can always incorporate some new games, or, get a cool one of those Karma Sutra yoga books or something. Like give it a shot, try out different things. And it's just one of those things that you want to communicate with your partner about and tell them that you want more than once every 2 weeks, or, set the mood, maybe light some candles, create like an ambiance, and, foreplay is important.
Most definitely. Zyra.
I mean, it's such a subjective question. For some people, who knows, it could kill their libido. For others, it could spice things up and turn them on. I mean, everybody's relationship with porn is different, so there's no universal answer for that. But yeah.
Boom. Good answer. I'm gonna differ. It depends. There's a difference between watching porn and masturbating to porn, because it could be that the libido is not really being lowered. It's just being sort of abused elsewhere, and it has no reflection on the relationship itself. But the idea that if the person is feeling sated or not as sexually driven in other times other than those once every 2 weeks, that could be affecting how often you're together. It's not something to be jealous about, though. It's usually it's because the porn is convenient. It's not something to say about the relationship. Usually, what you should have is the conversation, how you feel about the current state of how often you have sex. There's also, if they are masturbating too much, you can sort of deaden a little bit of sensation by being too rough too often, be it female or male genitalia, penis or a clitoris having people. So that's something to take into account as well. I want to apologize to anyone who would normally be following us on Twitter. For some reason, Twitter is blocked at this point in time. I hope to have that fixed by next week, or even partially during this show. And I don't know why I'm doing an announcement to people on Twitter when they can't actually listen to us right now, but I'm making that announcement. If you found us through another way, we are here. Are we ready then for the next question?
Sure.
All right. We've got, all right, the practice in the French here. My significant other, and I tried anal for the first time, and it was good at first until they pooped the bed. Literally, it killed the mood, and I don't know if I can get it back. Any advice? Well, I have this question first. So first thing I'm going to say, anal sex, there's a good chance that it's going to involve poop, that, defecation, shit, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there is cleaning that can happen beforehand, but what you see in anal sex online or in videos, those are professionals who've spent time and diet and cleaning and etc. to an utmost level to see, and what they do is not realistic to your typical couple. So there is always the chance that it's going to happen. If that's going to kill the mood for you, then that might be a sign that maybe anal sex isn't something you truly enjoy. You might like the idea. You might like the idea that, oh, this is dirty. But then when it actually gets dirty, you have to understand that that is part of it. While Delilah, you actually have the question next.
Yeah, sorry that it killed the mood. That's never fun. I hope that it's not a long-lasting killing of the mood. Everybody poops. It's kind of a thing, even plants poop. You just, clean it up and laugh about it, I think is the best way. I mean, I once got fingered really, really hard and ended up pooping on the floor. And then the guy made me clean it up, and it was part of like the game of, domination and stuff. So we turned it into something fun, and then we laughed about it. We ended up in a 3.5-year relationship. It doesn't have to kill the mood. If it does, then I would think maybe try and reignite the mood in a different way, doing, the tried and tested things that you already love and appreciate. Oh, I think you're muted, Love Doctor.
Solid answer. Probably should have said solid there.
Like they both said, it's a part of anal that sometimes poop happens, and it's just a part of the package deal. And just to reiterate what Delilah said, like you sometimes just kind of laugh and you sort of move on with it. Things you can do in advance, anal douching is a thing. Using a butt plug is a thing. Maybe trying to use the bathroom beforehand is also something that can help as well. But at the end of the day, you can do all those things and poop can still happen. So it's a part of the deal.
Boom. When I was mentioning cleaning earlier, anal douching is what I did mean. You also want to look at the capacity, make sure that you're doing it properly, because there are multiple sphincters as well. So when you want to clean the colon, but you don't want to put up too much water to go past into the next sphincter, because then you could be damaging the flora of your intestines. So you want to make sure that you keep that out as well, so you're not as messy. Also, porn, we want to point out, also has editing, so you sometimes don't see everything that happens. Just saying. Just gonna put that out there. Hey, how's everybody doing? Did we just grind that to a poop halt on that one? Just it's almost like somebody shit the bed with that question.
Oh, God.
Hey, hell, just
Punny.
very pun. Oh, puns are the lowest form of humor until you get the chance to use them. Are we ready for the next question?
Yep. Please.
Yes. Let's move on. Let's get past that little. All right. Next question we have is, would you date someone twice your age? Does the gender of the elder affect your decision? That was a very quick answer from
Yes.
Oh my, you very blushing. There we are.
How I like them.
That's how you like them. All right. That's a very simple. All right. Zyra has answered. Or two people half your age. There we go. That's.
Oh no, because then they'd be a minor. What?
Yeah, that's. Point taken on that one. By the way, just a reminder for people that they can ask their questions anonymously. Twice my age. I mean, as long as they're still vital, I mean, and that we have the mental connection, maybe. But if it was an older man, I might not be as interested. I'm very much. I would say I would classify myself as mainly heterosexual. But the thing is, I'm of an age that twice my age. We're talking centurions. Centurions, is that people who are over 100? So they're not centurions because that's Roman soldiers, and those people. Well, they'd be very old. There'd be more than over just 100. But that's my answer on that one. I have dated people who are older than me. I've dated people who are younger than me. And each time it's the person that attracts me, not their age.
Yeah, when I was 18, I was like in love with my psychology professor who was in his mid 40s. He was married though, so that never ended up happening. But in my mind, it happened a lot. I think it depends. It depends on what, like, how old I am. Because now, if I was to date somebody who is twice my age, they would be 70. So I don't think I would, just because I do kind of want to have kids and that kind of thing. And I think it just wouldn't provide me with what I'm looking for in the long term. But I'm never going to say never, except for right now. That sentence. Because you never know. Damn it, again.
Never say never. All right. Thank you, James Bond. Moving on, Christopher wants to point out, okay, some of us are old. There's no risk of half-age minors. There we are. There is the all right. Can we point out the this is an old rule, and I don't ascribe to this rule, but there is the mathematical formula of dating somebody half your age plus 7. So I don't know if there's the reverse of that, which is someone twice your age minus 14 or minus 7. Would that be the age range involved? Just gonna say
Twice my age minus 7. Yeah, like 45. Yeah.
all right, I just felt very old.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
All right, I think after that hurtful moment, we're ready for the next question. I love that Zyra just gets embarrassed so easily. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's a lovely trait. Sorry, your age minus 7 times 2, which is different than half your age plus 7.
all right. There's so much math happening right now.
Let me just try the math. All right.
Look at the calculator.
I don't like that one as much, Terry.
I like it more.
You like it more? Your age.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure. Love these smiles though from all three of you. Thank you, Christopher. I'm always ashamed that I have a bit of a crooked smile. And that's the same formula from the younger seat. So from the younger seat, would it be twice your age plus 7 or no? Wait. All right. I've been drinking gin and math might not go with it. So
I'm too hungover for math.
There's so much math happening.
Roshan is saying, no more math, please. I was an English major. And that's why. Where are you again, Roshan? Is it Scarborough? All right. All right. Here we have the next question. The next question is a little bit deadly. My partner only seems to want to have sex after he's been drinking. Should I take this as a sign? While Delilah.
No. Don't give yourself that added pressure of trying to imagine what somebody else must be thinking when you don't really know the truth. There's really no point. You're just going to cause yourself a lot of heartache for nothing. If it is something of concern, you can sit down and talk to them. Maybe they don't even notice that they're doing this, right? Some of these behaviors might be them going through their own kind of trauma responses, things like that. So you just want to take the time to sit down and talk to them non-accusatorily and just let them know that you've noticed that this is a pattern of behavior and ask if there's anything that you can do to help them.
Boom. Zyra.
Yeah, essentially same thing. I would just be honest and be like, hey, I've noticed that you only want to have sex after drinking. Is there a specific reason why? Are you nervous? Do you need help loosening up? I would just ask and just find out why if there's a reason. Honestly, it could just be like not even a big thing, but it could also be like nerves or self-confidence. You never know. It's just a conversation that needs to be had. So
Boom. I agree with both of you. But I make sure that you try to coach it in a non-accusatory way. They might not even be aware of this trend. So that is one thing to look at in that way. So please, understand that you're with this person. There should be a level of trust as well already, and keeping communication open is important.
Yep.
Now, all right. Terry is adding in.
So
I'm
much
so bad
math.
with pronouncing. All right, 40 years old. Divide 2 plus 7 is
Okay.
27.
Right, the reverse. Gotcha.
But 27. All right, so that's handling the reverse. But I think like half your age plus 7. That would give you the 27, and at 27, I think I'm putting the brackets elsewhere because of the fact, well, no brackets were mentioned. It would be normally 27 times 2 is 54. Subtract 7 is 47. Would be the reverse on that. That is where the... Sorry, Ruashen, you've asked for no more math, and I'm giving you more math. So that I apologize for that. Terry, it's completely your fault on that one. But I'm throwing you under the bus. But thank you for helping us on the math entirely. All right, I'm gonna just I want to throw out a little bit of a question. Have you ever like known someone for a long enough time that they would have not been within your age range of dating, and then because when we're talking division, then they become in an age range of dating over time? Or would it be sort of in case of Zyra, who prefers people older? Have you ever had somebody that you were interested in when you were both younger, and then as they aged and it seems like your ages become closer together, they're no longer as interesting to you? And Terry is warning us there will be a quiz.
We will all fail.
It's math. I'll have to be sober. So no.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
All right.
I feel like Wild Delilah, when I was like 18, I had a crush on like my university professor who was like 50, but
Right. It's not like when you were 18, you had a crush on somebody who was 24 because he seemed that much more older. But then as you became 24 and they were only 28, it's like, he's just a young putz. Or,
I mean, that's kind of everybody the way I feel. Like, I've actually been thinking about this recently. I was like, am I going to find like 80-year-olds attractive when I'm closer to 80? Because I don't find those attractive now. But I also didn't find 35-year-olds attractive when I was 18.
I did.
For the most part. I was really into like the mid-20s, I was like, oh, like they were like the bad boys and stuff. And by the time they were in the 30s, I was like, these conversations are too intelligent for my level. At 18, I was like, no, let's just party.
all right, that's different takes on it. Christopher saying, it's weird that no more English, please. I was a math major. Doesn't get the same appreciation as no more math. I was an English major. The dichotomy that is the unfairness of this world. And we have... Oh, we ready for the next question then? Oh, apparently not.
Yep.
Oh, yes. All right. Okay, good. Just making sure I have clear consent before moving forward. I'm about to be unemployed for the first time this century. Yay! Looking for something new. Any Love Doctor openings? Did somebody just proposition me for anal sex?
I was thinking the same thing.
If you are a burly performer, please feel free to send me a private message. If you are interested in performing on the Love Doctor live stream or any of the live shows, please send me a direct message. Let me know what your performance backgrounds are, and I'm always willing to take. And congratulations on being unemployed for the first time this century. A good work ethic is fine, but also making sure that you work at something that you enjoy and fulfills you is better. So please try to find the things that you enjoy. And the thing is, these things are probably going to pay a lot less than the things that pay well, that you hate. But that's why those things pay better. Delilah.
Congratulations. I'm sure that you're going to have a great time getting to know what you want to do next, and just allow yourself the time to learn and grow and relax and take care of yourself and do the things that make you happy. Damn, you've earned it. Self-care is really important, and I don't think that you need to make any like quick decisions right now. I think I always love to leave those things to like future version of me, where I'm like, okay, when the time comes and I need to make that decision, future version of me is going to be well more informed than I am today. So why am I going to try projecting onto them what I think they should do before I even know who they are going to be?
Boom. Well said. Zyra.
Yeah, all I have to say is that it's better to be unemployed and have good mental health than to stay in a job that's not making you happy. So
Very well said. Find your bliss, and that includes in employment as well. There are certain things that if you do them over and over again, you might find that they hurt your soul, and they will make other parts of your life miserable that don't need to be miserable. So
true.
Do what's right for you. Are we ready for the next question? Next question we have here is length or girth. Us men need to know. Us men need to know. All right.
Us men.
I have a question. Does the man who wrote that, do they have a way of changing their length or girth? Zyra, you get to answer that question first.
I mean, it does. I mean, of the two, preferably girth, but like also just it's really up to how you use it. So
Boom. Definitely, I'd have to say that, you often hear, faster, harder, deeper. And it's like, oh, I was saving some for later. What is that? How I can get deeper? But it's the thing is, friction would be probably most caused by the girth. But again, Zyra has nailed it. It's how it's used.
Yeah, honestly, it really depends on the person who's standing behind it and their butt power. So work out those muscles and keep doing those squats. And honestly, like there was some that were really big and they just wouldn't hit the right spot. Well, some do, right? But some just don't. And others that were really small that I thought I wouldn't enjoy as much. And then lo and behold, it just hits that spot every time. So you never know. And I don't think that you need to really like make that a focal point of your self-confidence or your, self-love or any of that stuff. Like get that whole idea out of your head. When the connection is right, it's just going to feel amazing regardless.
Boom. Emotional connection is definitely a thing. And the other thing about the focus on the penis isn't the end all. And there's some relationships that don't involve a penis whatsoever. Let's not forget fingers and mouths exist.
and toys.
And toys definitely help in getting the job done. And it's knowledge as well, and also paying attention to your partner. I say this all the time about people paying attention to your partner. Like if you hear your partner moan, remember what the fuck you just did and see if you can do it again, maybe a little bit better. And if you can get the same reaction, do it again and again until they can't take it anymore. Christopher saying an XOR exclusive or why not both or neither? There we go. I think we did kind of cover that, saying that not all relationships involve penis. And Daphne says just woke up to find out, why are we doing math? Math. It's not tax
question.
season. We can all leave it in a shoebox until later. There's no. All right. I'm the only one that is bad at filing. All right.
Yeah, they have folders at Dollarama now,
That's out of my budget. We have you not seen the beautiful set dressing that we have behind me? Just well, hold it. That's the wrong thing. Here we go with the next question. Um, oh, is that? Oh, shite! Look at that. That's a long question.
Ooh.
I've never been into porn. I can appreciate erotic imagery, but I've always found porn a turnoff. Much like strip clubs versus the wiggle room, the latter for me, not the former. I'm told that as a cis hetero male, I'm very much an outlier. Is there any other non-porn folks out there? All right, Delilah, you get this question first.
I don't really watch porn, but to be fair, I used to work at MindGeek, which is like the big porn capital of the world company, and my job was to watch porn frame by frame to make sure that there were no little pieces that weren't supposed to show at, this country broadcast at this time or something. Like everybody has their rules, and I think that just kind of killed it for me. But that's just me. And then the whole wiggle room versus traditional strip clubs thing. I'm actually a big fan of strip clubs as well. I think that I go to those places and just scream my head off the way that I do at the wiggle room and encourage my fellow sisters, and I just love it.
Zyra.
I mean, some people like porn, some don't. That's fine. Yeah, I love porn. Like, to each their own, so it's fine.
Boom. I just all right. I'm not going to say you're an outlier. At the same time, there's many different types of porn. Some are more based on the erotic imagery. There's sound porn. There's so many different types of porn. Maybe it's not traditional porn that you are interested in. And that is fine. What turns you on is what turns you on, and that is not really that debatable. If it turns you on, it turns you on, and that is okay, as long as it's not harming anyone. It's not being invasive on a way, not involving anyone who cannot consent. These are the important things. Christopher Murtaugh saying jazzy trombone ballad porn so hot. See, there's all kinds of weirdness out there that some people will find hot. And sorry, Christopher, calling you weird. But that is okay if that is the case. Just like how the wiggle room seems to be much more joyous, and I find that much more entertaining than a strip club. But I understand why strip clubs exist, and I understand that the people work there and people enjoy the art as it's delivered there. It is just a different form of art. Some people like comedies. Some people prefer dramas. There is a whole wide range of entertainment that's out there. As long as it is the entertainment that you enjoy, then feel okay enjoying it. I don't know if I went on too long with that answer, but that's where I went. Daphne is saying, the internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. Sorry, it's now stuck in my head. It's the song. Is that Avenue Q that's from? All right. Well, no one likes musicals apparently, except for me. There is it's also, you have to look at the fact that the pornography has driven a lot of technology. There's the debate that was, the movie Tropic Thunder covered a little bit of the debate about why VHS beat out Beta. Is because Beta wouldn't allow porn films to be released on their format, while VHS did. And though Beta was a technically superior platform, VHS won because people wanted to consume pornography. And that is why that won. When it has come to the proliferation of the internet and people making sure they have internet in their home, for some people, the idea of having pornography readily available in their homes without having to go through those swinging saloon doors of the back of a video shop to get the pornography probably was a factor, and that helped grow the internet as we know it now.
Oh man, those are the days, huh? I was so young. I used to like 1, 2, 3, run inside of the friend, be like, oh my God, and then run outside just before we got caught, and it was like, all of these images, I remember being like burned into my head, and I was like, they're so scary. Like I didn't understand them at all. I must have been like 7 or 8.
The,
Kids these days
the
will never know.
the other thing in that question is I've never been into porn, but I can appreciate erotic imagery. A lot of the classic, the old, like the black and white photos and the stuff from the early 1900s that would be considered erotic imagery by our standards was considered very hardcore porn at that time, to the point that people were being arrested for obscenities. Even stand-up comic Lenny Bruce was arrested for saying fuck on stage, and here I am broadcasting to the world right now for saying fuck. If you have no problem with hearing the word fuck, say fuck now and hit the like button. Hitting the like button, by the way, for any of you that are out there, makes a big difference to this channel, because it tells the viewing platforms that we're on that this is a worthwhile show that people like, and we get shared a bit more, and more people have the chance of discovering it. And that is, so please make sure you hit like, you hit subscribe. These are things that help us out immensely. See, the little like and subscribe button has popped up in there. You can't click on that, but that's there just as a reminder to make sure that gets done. Yeah, Daphne and Jane is fuckity fuck. There we are. And see, there are no police busting down your door for broadcasting that around the world, for saying fuckity fuck. There we are. Yet there's still some movies that do you realize that there's people who count how many fucks are said in a movie? That's part of their jobs. To be what is it, PG-13 or PG-14, whatever it is, they can only say one fuck in a movie.
Oh.
Wow.
So if you watch a movie and then there's only the one fuck, that is because of that. We've got a censored fuck coming in from Dawn over there. So a censored fuck from Dawn Zanklin. So that's it. Dawn Zankling is an incredible comedian based out of Ottawa. I want to throw a shout out to her. For people, make sure they find Dawn Zankling comedy. Do a search for that online. You'll be able to find them. Yeah, that's something to be said. And, hold on. Before we go on to the next question, I do want to point out, I don't like gratuitous swearing personally. Like, what's your thoughts on gratuitous language use, like obscene language use?
I'm very indifferent. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't do anything for me. It's just something I'm very neutral on.
Delilah?
I noticed that I swear a lot, and it's just recently been brought to my attention, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even realize that. So, I mean, I can't fault anybody else for having something that I do, right? Although I would kind of like to be more of a lady, but fuck that.
I'm an old man, and so I lived through punk, and one of the things I learned from punk was that language is important, but if you want to have like a curse word mean something, you can't overuse it. So when you do actually use it, it actually has greater impact, and that's something that I go with. So Don Zanklin is saying, "Oh, thanks, Love Doctor. It's my pleasure, Don." We ready for the next question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. I am sapiosexual. There's nothing more exciting than an attractive person with a brain and well-formed opinions. Where's the best place to find like-minded, no pun intended, people? So welcome to the Love Doctor live stream. I'd also say welcome to the Wiggle Room, where I find a lot of the audience are educated and intelligent and are very, very willing to not only share but grow their opinions, and are willing to debate in a way that is more than, well, I said this, you said that, so that's the end of it. There's a chance to actually have an exchange of ideas. I find that to be a very sexy thing. Delilah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you'll find those people everywhere. They are all around us all the time. The best bet would be to figure out something that you love doing. You know, like if it's reading, then go to join a book club, or I would say go to the library. I don't know if people still do that. You know, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, just go and do those things and meet the people that enjoy also doing those things, and you'll you'll end up having a greater connection intellectually because you'll already have this kind of foundation that will make it easier to communicate.
Yeah.
Boom. Good answer. I just realized that we need more questions in. Oh, there's a couple more that I can get to, but we're getting low on questions. Zyra, your answer to this.
Piggybacking off of that, just, you go places where you're going to find like-minded people. The whole sapiosexual thing, it's, in my opinion, it's very complicated because, I can be like, I'm attracted to like people who are smart, but for me, smart people are like socialists, and somebody else can be like, I'm attracted to smart people, but those are capitalists. So it's just like, you go where you find people with similar interests. You're not going to go and try and find, I don't know, an anarchist at like a capitalist lover club or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's just, you go to clubs or events or places where you're going to find like-minded people and have those conversations. Unless you're somebody who's like turned on by a debate or turned on by like swaying someone's politics or views or whatnot. But yeah.
Boom. I think that's a good answer as well, is in taking in the intelligence. I'm not sure if your camera is dropping, but we're seeing less and less of your face.
Sorry, there you go.
Christopher Murtaugh saying, my swearing was brought to my attention. Sounds like someone was being approved. Fuck it is a good response. Not suggesting you fuck anyone without consent, but just, where was that? All right, we're moving on. Here we are. Oh, we have the hidden questions. There we are. We have the hidden questions, so we're going to go on to the next. We only got 3 questions unless people want to start adding in questions, so we are getting in towards the end. I do want to point out, so if you want to ask questions anonymously, go to slido.com, and it's TLD74. This show is totally run off your donations. There's a link tree running at the bottom. That's my manager's link tree. The top link is saying, buy me a drink. Anything that is donated to PayPal via there will be split between all the performers that you're seeing on screen right now. Even though we're covering up a bit of Wild Delilah, then we were. All right, that's an incentive to get that off of there. All right, but you can get your questions in that way. But Zyra, you are going to be the first person answering this question. What audio porn sites do you recommend? So that is your question.
Oh, I have absolutely no recommendations because I don't listen to any audio porn sites. Sorry.
All right. You know what? Any place that you can download books, you can download erotic novels, audio books, as well. I believe there is people have suggested that I actually start an audio channel on Pornhub, where I read stories or talk to people in dirty ways, which might be something you want to investigate, which I have not done. But if you'd like to hear voices like this, people saying, oh, you're a good girl or something like that, I'm pretty sure that there are channels or community channels on Pornhub that's there. There's also Reddit has Audio Gone Wild, which is another place to hear audio porn. That is generated by people who just have a love for it. Delilah.
Yeah, I'm going to be writing that one down. Can you just repeat that last one for me, please?
The one that said you're a good girl.
That couldn't have been to me. I'm not.
Does the good girl deserve a spanking? There we are. Is that what we wanted? Zyra's eyes just sort of rolled up. There we are. There is. What are we saying? What are we talking about? All right. Reddit Audio Gone Wild. Am I blushing? I'm just going to hide behind the mug for a little bit.
Reddit Audio Gone Wild?
That sounds nice. I think I'm going to check that one out. I also do want to get into reading some audiobooks, erotica, to use a little bit of my porn voice. Right, Daddy? Oh my God.
No, Zyra, you're going to have to be on. I waited for Zyra to take the headphones off before I brought her online.
Wait, what's the question?
The question is, oh, hold it. You already answered the question. You were the first one on that.
Thank you for the recommendation.
There we are. We also had okay, wicked, bad, naughty, zoot, spankings for everyone. Spankings for everyone.
Zoot.
So sorry, Christopher. I know you're in shape, but I think I could spank you harder than you spank me. Daphne has a question. How do you say brat with a praise kink without saying you're brat with a praise kink? Does somebody want to take that? Zyra, you are actually. It should be Wild Delilah was in the hot seat first. So, Delilah, you get that question first.
I feel like it's rhetorical. Daphne,
Not all
could you
brats
just
have a praise
confirm if
kink.
it's rhetorical. I mean, when someone tells me I'm a good girl, I kind of really enjoy that, except when I don't want to be a good girl and they tell me that and I'm like, I'm not trying hard enough. And then it spurs me on.
Yeah.
Daphne is saying, nope, it's not. Okay, it's not rhetorical. So
That's my answer.
that's your answer.
That's what I got.
Just
Zyra.
just misbehave. Just keep misbehaving.
All right, just a second. Well, let's get that question again. How do you say brat with a praise kink without saying you're a brat with a praise kink?
Misbehave.
Just misbehave. All right. My answer to that is to tell someone that, well, you want to be a good girl.
Make me.
Yeah, make me a good girl.
That's totally
there we
my
are.
line.
I think we just
Make me.
we just
Yeah.
managed to workshop that one in.
What you gonna do about it?
Make me a good girl. There we are. All right. The next question is, bringing it online. Have you ever been part of a triple play, and how recent? Yes. I stopped playing softball when I was in my mid-20s. Delilah.
That's not what I understood from that question. I'm going to think it means threesome because I've never played softball in my life, but I have had threesomes before, although the last one must have been over a decade. So, yeah.
July.
If we're talking threesomes or are you talking softball?
Oh, not softball.
All right.
Oh, you're sweet.
I'm trying right now. I'm trying to figure out if we're talking about threesomes. If the last one was
July.
It was July. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out if it was before or after you graduated high school. I think it's got to probably be before you graduated high school. Not that you were involved because that would have been wrong, but I'm just saying. Hey, how's everybody doing? Just a little bit of... and that was we got the same question was in there twice. So that's all those questions. So we have one more question left, and that might be, the burn. I don't know who got burned. I think I self-burned on that one. Thank you, Daphne, for pointing out the fact that I pointed out that I was old. There is. All right, we have one more question that has come in, and it may be our last question. So please remember to donate to the channel. The link tree is running along the bottom. Please make sure anything that you do to support the channel to keep this running and allow me to pay these fantastic co-hosts that I have here tonight. Zyra Lee. By the way, let me just I'm just going to bring this up here right now, just so we all see this. Zyra Lee Vanity on Instagram. Please check out their website. There's some video from their performances this weekend at the Wiggle Room, which is just amazing. And wilddelilah.burlesque on Instagram. Delilah is Dlilah. So it's if you're writing it out, it's a D apostrophe, but you can't put apostrophes on Instagram. So it's at wilddelilah.burlesque. @burlesque on Instagram. And this may be our last question unless something else comes in. Let's get this. By the way, thank you all for watching. Please make sure that you hit like and subscribe. This question is, Dear Love Doc, if I spend all day cooking for my lady on date night, is it wrong to ask her to help with the dishes? Is it wrong to ask her to help with the dishes? Zyra.
No, I don't think so. No. I mean, is this all day cooking as like a surprise, or is this just like something you just normally do? But I feel like there's nothing wrong with being like, hey, do you mind helping me clean up? We can do it together, whatnot. So.
Boom. Wild Delilah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, you can ask. It would be nice if she would offer. That would be great. And if she's watching right now, sorry. Oh, sorry.
I'm. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, you wanted something else to add?
No, I was just thinking, how nice it would be if someone cooked for me all day.
People do the dishes on date night is the question that's being asked. Here's the other thing. It also depends on the relationship dynamic. If you have like a servitude kink, or if they have like they have a servant kink and they want you to serve them, asking them to help you with the dishes can kind of take them out of the moment. So you need to understand the dynamic of your relationship, and with clear communication that can happen. And occasionally, sometimes it's good to just kind of leave the dishes soak if you're going to be doing other activities. Just say it, unless you want to make doing the dishes as part of the other activities, because you never know what happens with a wet t-shirt. By the way, Wild Delilah's Instagram, there's some pictures from a car wash, just so people are aware.
Yeah, we wash the windows with our boobs.
Daphne saying, unalive, Mary, fuck, Marvel edition.
Ooh.
Unalive. Okay, make somebody unalive. Mary, fuck, Marvel edition. Zyra, you have you have a geeky mind as well. So I'm on this with unalive, Mary, fuck, Marvel edition.
We're gonna unalive Captain America.
Which version? The you mean kill the MCU version?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're gonna marry Tony Stark, Iron Man. We're gonna fuck Loki. Yeah.
Ooh. All right. You know what? I like some of your choices, because Sylvie seems like she'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'd unalive Ultron, just because. I would say Thanos, but Thanos I think was more misguided than like, if he had all that ability, why didn't he just double the resources and still killing half the universe?
Right.
So somebody should have presented him with that issue, that idea. Mary's got to be the hard one.
Tony Stark's rich.
Yeah, I kind of I figured that might be part of it, and plus he dies, and then you'd be in the will. You know what? They're incredibly funny, and they have their own sexiness with that. Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, the Countess. So that I think would be my Mary. Maybe just my Mary would be there. Delilah.
I'm not so proficient with Marvel characters, so I don't know if these fall in there, but Spider-Man? Is he part of that?
Are you gonna kill Spider-Man?
I want to kill Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't know. He's just.
Would you use a rolled up newspaper?
He's a teenager.
Okay, how about this? I'll take him outside. I'll gently take him outside in a Tupperware. I would like to fuck Wolverine. Give me a moment. And I was gonna say marry Iron Man or Superman. Damn. We could travel.
I thought you
everywhere.
might go for Thor because that's royalty.
Nah, fuck that. I don't need titles. I want to see the world.
All right, so there we have our Unalive Marry Fuck Marvel edition has just been brought out. Who by the way, just give us like a little yes in the chat if you are into geeky things, because there's something I'd like to announce as well, which you can actually find on the link tree, which is the same link tree you go to for donating. There is going to be a nerd show tomorrow. A nerd show on Battlecom, which is in the link tree. You'll see it for Battlecom on YouTube. My manager is going to be hosting that. One of the categories that people are going to be having comedy debates on. And the thing is, it's not about being right. It's about being entertaining. So you're not voting for who's right. It is, one of the topics will be, what is the best role ever played by Mark Hamill? So that is one of the debate questions. I don't know if I should spoil by giving any more of the debate questions. Does anyone have an idea of who they'd say would be the best role ever played by Mark Hamill? We've got a panel of 4 comedians who are going to be debating each other over it, and the audience is the people who actually decide who's the most entertaining. So no one has any idea who Mark Hamill is. Is that it?
Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. He's also, you Googled that. Besides being Luke Skywalker, he's also played the Joker in the animated. There we go. Terry is saying the Joker. He's also the new Chucky in the Chucky series.
Ew.
Yeah. He was also in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. He played the cock knocker. He's also been on television and animated things, all kinds of things. Of course we know. DIY Moco Guy is saying, yes, of course we know. The show is happening tomorrow. Marvel, kill, marry, fuck is going to, Christopher's putting in, he's going to kill Hela. But marry Sharon Carter and fuck Scrapper 142, which is a nice little nod to Valkyrie. If I remember, it is Valkyrie that was 142. I was Zyra. Yes. No. Yes. All right. We got the nod on that one. So there we go. That's was almost a Thor heavy answer from Christopher. So yeah, there's going to be all kinds of questions on Battlecom about geek fun questions. So we can check that out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. On the Battlecom, which you can find on the link tree below. So linktr.ee/Paul Ash. That is my manager. Remember to donate if you can. If you can't donate, just share the video. Make sure you press like. But anything that is donated in the next 24 hours will be split among all the performers that you see on stage here. First off, I want to thank the fantastic Wild Delilah for being part of the show. I also want to thank Zyra Lee for doing her very first Love Doctor live stream. I don't think it will be the last. Does anyone else think it'll be the last? I don't think it'll be the last. So Wild Delilah.burlesque on Instagram and Zyra Lee Vanity on Instagram. That's the 2 Instagrams that you need to follow as soon as possible. We had another one come in. Daphne Etienne is saying kill, marry, fuck. Kill Iron Man, marry Loki, and fuck Black Widow.
Ooh.
How dare you?
And there we go. We have just started Mark Hamill's best role was Kenneth in Corvette Summer, which was the reason why they had to have his nose broken at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, because he broke his nose on the filming of Corvette Summer, which changed his look, and that is the reason why Sebastian Stan looks like him. Just saying that. And Miss Kinky Karma is saying they're going to get behind that petition. Which petition? Did we mention a petition?
Petition?
Oh, sorry, me and Zyra for the win on the Love Doctor. Miss Kinky Karma wants to appear with Zyra on. That would be a fantastic pairing. We'll see that coming up, I'm sure. I'm the Love Doctor. I love you all. I'm a bit of a slut like that, but I've had these two fantastic people with me, Wild Delilah and Zyra Lee, who've been helping me answer your questions tonight. So please, everyone, drink responsibly, have a good night, and hug the people you love with consent.